Cards TV with the Big East champion Louisville tennis team and their head coach Rex Akarma. I'm Sean Moth. Good to see you again. It was NCAA this past weekend in Lexington, Kentucky. The potential dream matchup was set up, but first it required for you and the Kentucky Wildcats to take care of business. And that began with you meeting the Ivy League champ Cornell, and boy, you guys played solid. And I know Mother Nature came in, tried to mix things up a little bit, but nothing was stopping the Cards in round one.
Right. I mean, we had all the respect in the world for Cornell, Sean. They're coming in as Ivy League champs and 24-6, and a coaching staff that has been to the elite of the sport when they were at Virginia. So we didn't take them lightly, and we played really hard and came up on top.
Do you think it was a benefit to your group to be able to play first and not have to worry about, okay, Kentucky got in, now we need to get in? I mean, it seemed like you dominated, but I have to think that maybe being the first team to play, just to take care of what's ahead, maybe helped a little bit?
I think so. I mean, it was hard to ignore the second round matchup, and for us just to get out there and play was a good thing. And I think this team was ready. I mean, we didn't want to sit around and wait or have one more practice. Even as a coach, I was tired of practicing. We were ready to compete, and they really showed that. And Viktor Maksimcuk really helped the scene when he closed out in the indoor courts, because Cornell was making a significant fight back once we moved indoors.
Yeah, because looking at some of the matches that were not completed, I mean, Austen was in a battle there at the top. Along with Viktor, was there anybody else that really stood out for you?
I felt like Simon Childs did a really good job, and he got our second or third point and just put Viktor in a position to clinch. Robert Hall did a good job as well, and it was getting tricky there because Alejandro was in the third set as well as Austen. So
yeah.
If Viktor got into the third set, then we got some issues. But just like the Big East final, Viktor really clinched it for us and really was a hero of those last two matches.
So Kentucky is able to dispose of Cleveland State. So the matchup is set, and of course you've got a little bit of time to anticipate it actually coming to fruition. The Wildcats ranked 10th in the country. Your team comes in at 24, and again, Mother Nature wanted to have an impact. It wasn't the most beautiful weekend in Lexington, but you get the matchup. And it felt like to me, even though your fans came out in full force and provided an electric atmosphere, that maybe it was the home court that might have provided just that little bit of an edge to maybe complete a 4-3 victory for the Cats.
It was a real, historic match in a sense, Sean. I mean, we had 300 strong over there, and they had 400 plus. So you're talking about a viewership of over 700, and that's probably the biggest and most attended college tennis match ever or in the last 2 decades in the state of Kentucky. So that was really helpful, but also us playing outside. I mean, I congratulate Jeff Cabe in making the right decision of keeping this match outside, because you couldn't fit that many people in there. They've got a really small indoor complex with only 4 courts and 1 set of bleachers. You can't stuff 750 in there. So it was a great moment. I wish that we could have finished it out and let Austen finish that last point if we were up 3-3, but it didn't work out that way.
Talk about some of the performances in that one, because for some of these guys in the Fab Four, they're going to continue on and play in the NCAAs. For a couple of those guys, this was it for them. Talk about some of the performances.
It was tough. I mean, they won number 1 doubles. We came back, won number 3 doubles, and they came to number 2 doubles, and they edged us out. There's one of their players, Alex Mushalak, who was a part of that number 2 doubles team and really the engine of that doubles team, and he clinched doubles. Then they got up. I mean, they won at number 4. They're up 2-0, but Simon did a great job winning at number 3. It's 2-1. Then they won at number 5, 3-1. Then Andrew Carter came out of nowhere and won at 6 at 3-2. So that kind of set things up. Viktor's up 7-5, 4-3 deuce. It looked like he was in control. I don't think his serve has been broken the whole match, and it looked like he was going to clinch 2. Then then the tiebreaker was going to be a 3, but what happened was he lost the serve, lost the set, fell in a hole in the third set. Austen wins, it's 3-3, and Viktor couldn't recover.
As you look ahead, the team is done as the Louisville Cardinals, but you're still represented in the NCAA individuals as a singles player in Austen Childs, who's trying to get back to the championship match, which he was defeated last year, and he and his doubles partner Viktor Maksimcuk will also compete as well. How does your focus change? Because you go from a team to now coaching these two individuals in two separate endeavors. Does your mindset alter at all, or is you just move on?
I mean, it's tough, especially this year, Sean, and knowing that Simon Childs' career is over, Alejandro Caligari's career is over. I mean, we basically stayed in that small locker room they gave us to change in for an hour and a half after the match. I mean, there was very few words spoken. There was a lot of tears. I asked the Fab Four to speak. They could hardly get 2 words out before they started crying. It was one of the most emotional situations that I've ever experienced in my life, when you have these warriors of athletes, and there wasn't a dry eye in that place. So then we got individuals, so we've got to switch gears and practice for that. The individual starts today, and I've got to be ready in about 75 minutes.
And it looks to me like, based on what you talk about, that their disappointment in the team season being over, even though they have individual glory potential, really shows what kind of student athlete they are and what's important to them. And I think that's a real testament to the kind of kids they are.
And, you know, we always try to design our program team first. And in an individual sport like tennis, where the first 18 or 19 years of their life, it was me against the world kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they really bought into the team. And there's such a great group of guys that there will always be legends over here. And they trade anything to be in a Sweet 16 right now. But again, that's not going to dampen what they've meant to our program, those 4 seniors.
All right, Rex. Well, safe travel to you and your individuals as you head out to Stanford, California. Best of luck to those guys.
Thank you, Sean.
For Rex Akarma, I'm Sean Moth. We look forward to hopefully talking about some exciting news next time we meet as we put a bow on the 2011 season. My name is Sean Moth. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time. It'll be right here on CardsTV.